Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear minded of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset podcast. My name is Constant Brooks. I know this episode is going to talk about budgeting. Budgeting. This is a good topic now because I'm getting income. When I get in income, I think about it now. Why this episode is important because when you're getting income now, you're getting taxed. You're getting taxed on the income. So that's a negative thing about getting income. You're getting taxed on it, which is why when I was doing this podcast and stuff like that, you have to be valued the time that you're not making money and such like that. Because what happens is that those hard work, those non-tax hard work, is you that is actually putting in effort that relies on you. Because what happens is that nobody's paying you and stuff like that. So it's like it's up to you to determine that okay, I have to put in effort to actually get this done. So like for example, if you listen to the whole first year series, I was doing most of the work because I was I was I had the motivation because I'm here now. So I have to put in the work to actually maintain it. I'm taking put in the work to actually maintain it. So I have to do a lot of free labor. But it's labor that I wanted to do because I see the value of doing it. But now that I'm employed, I'm getting paid to do work that they gave me and I have to do it well. And based on how well I'm doing it, I get paid. So that's it. So that's the new phase. That's a business phase now. Or being a worker or employee phase now. That's what so so I guess this phase would be like, okay. I don't want to quote an next song again. I have to put it in my own words now. I won't quote the next song. So basically this phase will be like, you put in all the work to learn your craft. Now you're getting paid for your craft. Now you're getting paid for the craft. Yeah. If you're a music person like me now, if you hear that statement, you're supposed to be able to can pinpoint which exact song that we and if you find it out, maybe you can message me in the refer message podcast socials or anything like that. Yeah. But as I said, we're here now, we're getting paid for the work that you've been learning and such for how many years or how many days or whatever. But now that you're getting paid, you're getting taxed, bro. You're getting taxed. So for every work that you put in and you make $100, for example, $40 are getting sapped from it. You have to give $40 to the government or to the tax people because that's how it goes now. That's how it goes now. When you get paid, you get taxed. So that's how it goes. So for the work that you put in, you're not getting the whole 100%. You're getting as less than 100%. So okay, you can say, okay, I'm putting my work. I'm going to make this business, and then now, if I make $100,000, I can expand the business to a new phase. So that's in your business plan. But what happens is that you don't realize is that when I start selling your products, they start to say, okay, I'm going to sell this product now. So all I have to do is just sell like 100 product at $10,000, and then I make my first 100,000. Then I can start to expand to the next phase where I can actually go for 1 million. But what you don't realize is that when you make that 100,000, a portion of it is getting taxed, portion of it getting taxed, and then you have to give that away to the government. Then now you're left with the measly 60% that you left, say you're left with 60,000, then you realize, oh wow, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss because I basically I was planning on getting 100,000, but I had to give $40,000 away. So that's where budgeting comes in now. That's the phase that you're in now. You're in the budgeting. You're getting the income and such like that. So you have to start budget. You have to start planning and say, okay, I have to give this away to the government. I have to do this for bills to pay my bills. I have to do this else. I have to do this. And then now this extra that is left now, then I can use that to maybe spend on myself on the weekends and stuff like that. You know, the previous episode I talked about weekends and day off. So I could spend that on the weekends and stuff on dates or such. Or I could spend that on investing in my business so I could grow my side business so I could grow. And then you and then increase in profit until you're able to say, okay, I can leave this job now and start working my own business. But that won't come unless you start to budget because this phase of the podcast is that I'm working now and I'm getting paid. And what happened was that because I'm getting paid, all these stuff that I would basically have to work the podcast a lot to reach that level to unlock it. I'm unlocking it faster now because I'm getting paid. Hip bigger sum that what the podcast was giving me. So I could invest a lot more in the podcast real quicker. But even though I can invest in podcasts real quicker, the income as well is also to sustain me. So I have to use it to pay bills. I have to use it to um pay fare, to buy lunch when I go to work, to buy ingredients to make dinner. So so that one pay that I work basically every few weeks for have to go a lot of places. So I can just say, okay, I get the pay now, so I just can invest a lot into the podcast to grow it. No, podcast no is just uh it's a side thing that not became my passion that I I want to build up to the next level or whatever. But it's not the main thing. My main thing is my health, my well being, my ability to live. So all of that comes first before I can invest much into the podcast. I reach further in the podcast where I can, do some autopilot episodes. But to do the real investing, I have to budget my time and money towards it. So that's basically essentially what this episode is talking about. Is that you're going to reach the phase that you dream about. You dream about okay, I dream about getting paid for this. I dream about getting paid for podcasting, but don't realize even with my podcast, when I get paid out, when I get paid out, a portion of it goes to the 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 thing that pays it out. So when I get paid out, portion of it goes to whoever is paying out, and then the rest is given to me, and then that rest, depending upon how much, if it's a lot, then I get taxed on that. So I said, so you hear me say, okay, for example, suppose I make $1 million a year per episode. I'm not getting $1 million per episode. I'm getting taxed on those stuff. I'm getting taxed per. But yeah, I'm not making $1 million per episode. I'm telling you. So that's you. But each episode is worth $1 million. That's what I can say. That's what I can tell you. Each episode is worth $1 million. I'm progressing. Because what happens is that each episode that you listen to, you reach a new level. And when you reach a new level, you can realize that, wow, a new level of experiences that you never know that could happen. And you're going to realize the value of all these lessons. And then when you find the value of all these lessons, then you're going to understand how much you're worth. And then when you understand how much you're worth, then each lesson It's going to give me a few cents that is going to rack up, and then each episode is going to worth $1 million. Each episode is going to worth $1 million. Then this episode now is going to worth $2 million because I predicted it. Yeah, but I mean, it's a, I guess there's not really much to say about this episode. It's just that you reach this far in the podcast or this phase in your life where you're getting paid for your efforts. When I get paid for your efforts, you won't be able to. It's not you're not going to get a lot so much that you can basically invest in all the things that you want to do all the time. Yeah, you have a lot of dreams that you may want to do. You might say, "Oh, I want to buy a car. I want to buy a house. I want to buy this and that." But the paycheck that can buy you a house, car, and everything in 1 month. So you have to say, okay, the most important thing I need now is a home, is a roof over my head. So your first set of income and such that will be investing in getting your home. When you get your home now and then that's sustainable and maintained, then you say, okay, I can invest in a car. And when you invest in a car, then you'll be like, okay, yes, then I can invest in more stuff. And then you can have kids now. So you say, okay, yes, I have my house and car now. So I'm going to eventually maybe have a wife or whatever, have kids. You have to invest in, you have to be budgeting every month to say, okay, I have to send these kids to school. If they go to sick, I have to pay for doctor stuff as such like that. So that's it. Budgeting. I guess this episode, I don't need to go in details. I just want to have to just mention it, and then when you realize that, okay, I need to budget, they can maybe go to Google or the other platform to go in details on how to budget. I don't need to go into details to tell how to budget. I'm just going to tell you that that's what you're going to if you reach this phase, you're going to need to do that. And you're going to need to be doing it well, like very well. You're going to be like magic doing it to the dollar. Or if you reach that far, you're going to do it to this if you're do it to the cents. You're going to plan in every single dollar. Because what happens when you want to reach the pinnacle, each dollar counts. Each dollar counts, and each second is valuable. Everything is valuable. When you're reaching at the top, like every single thing is valuable. And that $1 that many people don't be like, oh, that's worth it. No, that $1 could mean the difference between you becoming rich or becoming poor. Like if you see that $1 that day and be like, yes, this is the $1 that I needed to reach the next level. Because you have been budgeting and saving a lot. And you say, oh, I'm $1 away. I'm $1 away from that reaching that new level. And then you walk down the street and you see that $1. And everybody pass that $1 because well, that $1 for them won't take them to the next level. What the difference is, you have the vision. You have the vision, and then the opportunity is there for you to pick up the $1. Then you pick it up. You're like, yes, I reached the next level. Then, if you want, you can drop maybe $50 now at that same spot for our next person, for our next person that needs it to reach to the next level. So it'd be like, so that ground where you put that $1, that where that $1 was, is that angel investor invested in you to reach the next level. Yeah, but yeah, I guess this is all for this episode. No, this is all for this episode. If I go further, for me, it will be more wild. And the reason why I'm just joking a lot in this episode because budgeting is not my field. It would I could tell you a lot about budgeting and stuff like that, but that's not who I am. I'm trading science, not trading science. So if you want to do budgeting, I get to go to financial people, financial expert. Yes, you can go to financial expert for them to assist you, but you don't really have to go through financial expert as well. You can say, okay, the same the same first thing you can say is, okay, I want you see it in the podcast where I say, okay, you know what? As I mentioned it, I suggest that you actually go to a financial person and try to budget and stuff like that because that's where I got my start. I was learning. So you seen listen to this podcast episode, I assume that okay, I'm starting from scratch and stuff like that. But if you're known before this podcast, I've been listening to podcasts before, and I've been listening to a lot of people at higher level before, and taking notes and learning. And what happened now, I'm reaching the phase of this podcast where I'm applying what I learned from them in my own way, because what happened is that I'm not in their situation. So while I take the knowledge from them in my situation, I maybe have to apply it differently. It's just that what happened was they told me the lessons and I saw the value in them, but at the time when I was listening to them and learning it, it had no value to me then, because I wasn't, for example, I wasn't rich enough. I was never in a position where I was going to apply those lessons. No, I'm reaching a point where I'm going to apply that lessons and know, because I'll take the time and learn it in my younger years when I wasn't getting paid. I was just learning out this out of interest and love, and love to my love to want to self improve and become reach the next level. Now that I'm at that level now, I'm able to just apply it very easily, because I've been studying for it for years. So I've been planning for this level for years, bro. When I'm here, it'll be like it's easy, but no, I've been putting in the work for years. Yeah, so that's basically for you as well. When you become an overnight success, people can be like, "Wow, this guy made it overnight," but don't realize that you've been putting in the work for years. Yeah. So thank you for listening to this episode, and look forward for the next episode. Mhm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
12-week experience, bro. 12 week. And this week is more. Is more. Yeah, the about the night shift is that no matter how much you prepare for it, when you're there, is that, bro, I will have to be here until the work ends. Wow. Wow. So that's the thing about the night shift. But on this week and on this week, I have to say, I'm getting more competent, and I'm really getting good at doing this, solving the problems and such like that. But what happened is that, so like this month, and so we're in February right now, and what happened was that, so because we're in February now, I did all the practice I needed in January so that I could actually start getting this bonus in the February. And when I started, I was executing well. I was executing